Hello everybody, it's Emily from Vintage Polka Dot Shop, and I'm here today with an ephemera share. I was gonna make more ephemera and then share and make this video to go with these new journals I started, and well, my sewing machine developed an attitude and I had to send her to the spa, so I'm not gonna get her back for like a week. So I thought, well, the efficient use of my time is to sew the that's gonna go here. So the signatures in, while she's at her spa, calming down, and then when she comes back, I can go back to making some of the ephemera ideas I had. Unfortunately, I needed my machine to do that. So I thought I'd show you real quick. So this is gonna go here. And these journals are made from children's board books. Okay, I love how like this fabric kind of matches her dress there. So I used, and these were kind of beat up, this board book, and it's like there are other versions that are not board books of this, so it's just gorgeous. And for her image on this cover here, right here, that's from, oops, sorry, one of these. So use that. All right, yeah, see where I cut it out. And then, so I have two from there, and then they have the curved spines where I use the paper towel roll. So I got that one, and then look how cute she is. And this had like some bursts down here, so I just did up a little bit. And then of course use the back. Don't you just love that? Isn't she so cute? I love Eloise Wilkins. And then I probably need to come up with a pocket idea for here, but that will happen when it happens. And then, so those are those two. And then I also used this one by Richard Scarry, and also it has fabulous illustrations. And for the covers, let me just using these to hold the signatures in. I'm only doing 3 signatures. Normally I do 5, but I'm hoping by doing 3 that they'll there'll be more room for stuff. We'll see, because I was like kind of going crazy with some of the ephemera. At least I hope to go crazy. So there's that one with all the butterflies, and then the back with the frogs, really cute. And then, and who knows, I might put something down here. We're not that far yet. And then, isn't that cool? So pretty. And then, oh, I'm gonna put that right here. And then the last one, also from the Bunny board book, has a little plate here, and you can push that out and title it, put a year on there, go to town. And more vintage calicos with the flutterbys. And then that's that one, and inside of that, I think I might put something here. I'm not that far yet, so I haven't, all I did was like pick out the papers and figure out where they were going for the journals. So they need to be sewn. This one, I never really do this. I did the, been working on the ephemera first. So hopefully it's not too much ephemera. Hopefully it's enough ephemera. Of course it's not, because I haven't used all my ideas yet. And hopefully it fits. So one of the things I did, a lot of this was inspired by Karla, is it Frizzell? And then just other ideas you see on YouTube. I don't think there's really anything radical, but it's so nice. I enjoy watching people's ephemera videos because there's so many wonderful ideas out there. You kind of forget them. And so it's fun to have a little like, oh yeah, I forgot about that idea. Or, oh, that's cute for that kind of journal. So I had a lot of fun with these reproduction feed sack fabrics. Remember, these were all the rage like 20 years ago or whatever. And then use scraps of cardstock, the pattern paper to make buttons. Can you even see that? I don't know. But so these are paper clips that will go in the journal, and they're so pretty. This is how she had hers in one of the videos, and I just thought that was such a fun way to display it. So there's those. And then also for this one, I did just plain, no button, just more fabric scraps. And then I also did from, I don't know if you can see, like the bottle cap dangles, used the bulb pins. And then the images are from a vintage children's dictionary. I don't know if you can see that. So I think I will make some of these to sell. I probably won't even use all these. I was having a good time. I love making these. And it was really fun. I'll show you, let me show you the dictionary real quick. Hold on, hold that thought. And this one was already falling apart. Now it's really falling apart. So I'm using this one with the nasty tape on the edge. But it's a nice size. I've used this one a lot for this journal because it has all these little images. So lots and lots of good stuff in there. So this one I think is from the 40s, but it was beat up when I got it. So it's like kind of guilt-free. I never feel guilty about it anyway. But I know some people are a lot more civilized than I am. And then the thing that ended my sewing machine, that she just was like, I need a spa time, was I was making these ruffles. And these aren't hard on it. It's just that, you know, she was just done. So, and of course we took her in there and she worked right away, but that's okay. It's like when you take your car to the mechanic, but that's okay. She hasn't had a spa treatment in 4 years. So these are from my dear friend Carol, not the ruffles, but the fabric strips. I ruffled them with my machine before she said I need a spa day. And these are made from the Carol, my dear friend who gave me these scraps, these strips, collected feed sacks with her husband, and she made some quilts and stuff with them several years ago. And then she was kind enough to give me all the fabric strip scraps. Now, like this one's long, so I'll cut it down so it fits on the page. But I kind of want to wait till my sewing machine's here. I could put glue, and it may not be a big deal because I gathered it, and then I don't know if you can see, and then I zigzagged it, which you really can't tell. So I might be able to cut them and they won't unruffle. But, and then also the other thing, because I've been having a ball making all this like ephemera and embellishments and all that, I plan on doing 2 ephemera kits when I'm done with these. So when I list these journals, there'll be some extras. Now, let's see. I have a true confession too. I started working on the ephemera Thanksgiving, and some of this I haven't seen then. So, and I decided not to look at it before I started this video. So I'll be like, oh yeah. So if you kind of go, don't you know what you made? No, I don't know what I made. I'm getting up there, I guess. Okay, so the first thing I did that's in the front here of my box, these are pretty basic, nothing radical. You just take the images from books you like, cut them out, sew them around, put them on cardstock. So these can be, they might become pockets in the journals. They might just be clipped in there or used as like ephemera card, you know, ephemera journaling cards. Thank you, Emily. And then I stitched around them in white. So you kind of get the gist. Since it's just to give you ideas, I'm not going to like show you every single thing, just more of the ideas. This idea was from Wendy, which I think it's May Makes is her channel name now. But she used to be Wendy's Journaling Adventure. And she took coffee dyed legal size paper and you fold it in half. And then, you know, fold it in half again and make pockets. So I do have, this is my coffee dyed paper. I'll put a link down below if I don't forget. Or you can just go to my store. I always have a link to my Etsy store down below. And if you use it, then I get like a little bit back from Etsy. So I have a smaller commission. So and then look what I got. I have to show you. So these will go over the edge of a page. And then my sweet and wonderful husband took me, we were up in Portland doing errands, and he took me to the Daiso store, which is, I used to think of it as the Japanese dollar store. And they have, I'm going to open it. I haven't opened it yet. And so you have to go to the stationery section, if you know what I mean. And they had the bulldog clips, but like they're in pastels. They're so cute. So I'll put this over the edge of a page in the journal. And then the person that buys it has these 2 journaling spots. And then I think, I mean, I don't know because I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking like that will clip it and hold it in place. Isn't it cute? So if you have, I think they're mainly on the West Coast. What's this show? So they're these really pretty. I don't know if they sell online or anything, but super cute. And they're, most of the stuff in the store is $2.25. Like, I know there's one in Vancouver. I've been to one in the Seattle area. I've been to one in Anaheim. So I got those. And then I got these funky. They don't look funky from the picture. Can I show you? But can see how they have like a weird shape, these paper clips. And I got other bulldog clips. And then I also got, where did they go? Oh, let me show you. I mean, these aren't really that special. You can get these anywhere, but I just thought they were cute. So like these shiny metallic pretty pastel paper clips that are going to go with what I got going on. And then like I have some kind of already, but not exactly. So that was fun. So I made, and then so for these I did, this is a Tim Holtz card. And then these are from the Childcraft books. And on this side, we've got a Jeffrey Toys R Us flashcard. So I made several of those. Good use for paper scraps. And I have flowers kind of going throughout. Little fussy cut things. So I had a lot of fun with those. Oops. Why are you... There we go. Just to kind of give you a gist. So that is a fun project. If I can remember, I'll put the link to her original video on how she did these. And then I did a short already with these. And these images are all from old children's books that were kind of worn and torn. And see, my goal for this is to use as much of my own supplies without buying anything. Okay. I did buy something a couple months ago, and so I'll show you. But so I'm so happy to like finally be using my washi tape. I do use it sometimes, but man, it's so stinking cute and it's so much fun to use. And these are just index cards. These are vintage. They're not really that much different than new ones. They just tend to be less bright white. You know, they you know, age over time, and I like how they just aren't quite so white. You could tell by how faded the the printing is, and I thought those are really fun. I don't even know how many of those I made. I just made. And then this is why I have to share now, because I'm going to sew these are envelopes. I'm going to sew these into the middle of one of the signatures. So this is very Karla Frizzell, because she used a lot of bottle caps. And I went antiquing with some girlfriends back, you know, like in November. And the antique store was the booth was having a sale, and I bought all the bottle caps. So, so it's just an envelope out of scrapbook paper, and just used the book images and sewed them on. A lot of these, I think I mean, these were like, the books were really, really, really bad shape. Oh, and then this trim, this one I just got it from a store somewhere, I don't know where. But this braid I got from Walmart.com, and you get a whole spool, and it's Pioneer Woman, and it's so cute. I bought, there was more than 3, but I bought 3 different styles. So those are those envelopes that are going to go. And then, what else we got here? And then I've got these, and this, what was Buttons for Brains? Oh my gosh, she's from Scotland, and she's amazing. And she got this idea from Roxy Creations, and she used Book Page, but I have all this wallpaper, like, that's why it's a little bit curled, because it was rolled up. So you make little pockets here, and then I'm going to sew it in to the signature, so that will be a pocket, and then, you know, a little decorated thing, and then of course a little pocket with a little tag. I love using stencils. A lot of my journals have them. And then the other side. So I did 2 small ones for the 2 skinnier journals, and then I did a bunch of these. So I used more of the Childcraft, you know, images from the Childcraft books. And then I have a sticker book I have never used. It's kind of like the Tim Holtz ones. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Look, they stuck together. I have to fix it. Ah, dang it. I wonder if I have to remake him. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Well, I guess it's an opportunity to be creative. I might have to put something right there and something right there. But anyway, that's what I was going to show you. But look, isn't that frustrating? Well, that's all right. I'll fix it. So what happens, you know, at least you can't really tell on this one. So if you buy a journal and it has an S, like this one, this paper, I got it off of Amazon and I forgot it was a scrap, and it does not like the Benson glue, the fabric tack, or 3-in-1, and it bled all over here when it was drying. That I don't know if you, so I had to I just made a little patch. So I guess that fits. This is just going to be patchy. So that's that idea. And I'll try to remember to put a link to that. She did book pages. You could use anything. And then what else I got in my box? What else do I have in my box? Oh yeah, these are just, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I think I might put them in the journal. I just put them in there as an idea. They're for flannel boards, so I may not use them, but I thought they were fun. What else I got? What else I got? And then I did cut some oval journaling cards, or I might paperclip these in. I thought they might be fun. I'm not gonna do this, but I thought maybe the person that gets the journal, I don't like to do everything in it, and I thought maybe they could glue it to like maybe the front of one of the signatures. So I made one of those for each journal. And I also did, these are Karla Frizzell, where you, well, no, I guess not. I think this is just a me. I was kind of inspired. But okay, so that's the dictionary page. And then these are like for file folders. I have a bunch of these stickers. Never used them. I'm so excited to use them. I love the colors. So it's just random, the letter with the word, whatever. And then you lift it up. And then I put little Rolodex cards in there. I won't pull them out yet. So I'll probably glue this. These are 2 little envelopes just glued together. I don't know, because I haven't put the journal together yet, but one possibility would be to glue this to a page, and then you can lift that up and maybe put it towards the edge so you get the fun little tab. So I just did a bunch of that, as I said, from the dictionary I showed you, and paper scraps. Let's see, what else we got? And then, oh yeah, and then of course I will be adding, I don't know if they'll be glued or tucked in a pocket, but I love to use real picture wheels, and I love them as tuck spots. So, and then as I said, these are more just children's book images, a little bit of scrapbook paper, and they're not very old. Well, I mean, I guess they're getting older every year, aren't they? They're from like the 90s. So they're like Thomas the Tank Engine and Disney and stuff like that. And then I also took some scraps, and I have the picture wheel die, and I cut a couple of those out too. I thought that would be fun. Yeah, and what else have we got? What else? Oh, here's some more of those envelopes. Put those so they're together. The flippy flappies. Oh yeah, and then also my coffee dyed library card catalog card. So I think that will be cute, tucked in a side pocket, and then you can pull it by the ribbon. So just more fun book images. And washi tape, used more washi tape, and then punched flowers. So there's that one. And, okay, I'm not going to pull those out because they're just printable images. And I also did, I saw this, I can't remember, but it tucks. You could put it on the edge of the page, you know, like that. So pretend that's the book page, and it can sit there. And then I put a little pocket, and this is from like an educational bingo card. I thought that would be cute as a little journaling card. And so there's one of those dictionary images, and then just an image from a book, and more stickers. So I made a couple of those. So I think I did, I don't remember how many I did, honestly. But that kind of gives you, and then more of that braid and trim. I've been having fun, can you tell? And then I have just like some greeting cards and stuff in here. Oh, yeah. And then these aren't a handmade thing, but I've had these forever, these first day covers. So I picked some out that I thought might be cute in the journals. And I also did, and I've done these before. This one's going to go this way. These are floppy disks, the 5 1/4 inch floppy disk pockets. So I don't know exactly how I'll put it in the journal. I might just glue it in. I might do it as a flip, or a double pocket. And then I put vintage bingo cards in there, and then more flowers. I thought it might be kind of fun to, these have to go, that's right, these have to go in the skinnier journals, and then these can go in the more regular size ones. So those are fun. I love the fuchsia. Kind of has that 90s, late 80s, early 90s thing going, and I love it with the picture of there. So I love, you know, it's just, it's like junk, but I think it's so much fun. Okay, so what else have I got? What else have I got? She said, what else? Okay, hold on. Everything's kind of falling forward here. As I said, I've been trying to use stuff that I have. So this is a Karla Frizzell image from the book. And then you lift it up and you've got your index card. And I used color ones because I hardly ever use color ones. And this is just, I used cardstock. I think she used file folders. So I thought that was such a fun idea. And I'm really sorry. I think some of these are even from Childcraft books, but I don't remember because I think I might have just had the pages. Like there wasn't much left to the book. So I did a bunch of those and used more of those word phrases I started to tell you about and interrupted myself. Big old sticker pad, had never used it. So I'm using it now. And then these I've had for years. They're like sales cards, like, you know, like from back in the day when you had made cold calls and you wanted to have like the person's name and their name of their spouse and their kids. So you could be, hey, Jim, how's the wife doing? And how's little Jimmy? Is he doing well in soccer? You know? So, but I like just the texture, the printing on the background. And tickets and stuff. So I made a bunch of those, and they're gonna have a little bit of bulk because the flowers have a little, oh come on Emily, you see that little pearl, so those are going to be a little bulky but cute. And then I'm getting there. As I said, I haven't seen some of these. I just made your basic tag with all, I love these. Look at that. Isn't that fun with all those fabrics? Oh, I love fabric. It's so yummy. And then, you know, it's just you cut. I used my Sizzix die cutting and used 2 different size tags and cut out the images from the book with one, and then use scrap paper. It might not have been scrap. I might have actually used paper that wasn't scrap for these, but you get the idea. And then, of course, so they're just your basic tags with the fun. That's from a cookbook. With just a nice variety of images that will be really fun to use in these journals. And as I just kind of tried to keep colors that were all these fun, you know, just to keep it colorful. And then this too is kind of inspired by things you see on the internet, except I had these really big, these are actually flashcards. They're math ones. So I folded it up, did one of my bottle cap things with a little ribbon, different dictionary. I only had 2 pages left of this dictionary, so I think I used them all up. And then one of these tags here that I made. And then some of them are nice and blank, and then some you can see, I think, on the back. I don't remember. And oh yeah, see, like there's another Childcraft image, and then dictionary. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, that one has some of the math on it. And then I have this really cute die that cuts out all these shapes. Like this, that looks like rickrack and stuff. Oh, I love it. When my machine died, do I have them here? Oh, I buried them. I just cut out a whole bunch to use for more ephemera as I'm working on these, or to embellish pages. So, oops, pay attention here. So these 2 will be, some of these will be bulky because of the bottle cap. And, you know, and I could glue it in the page and make it another tuck spot or a flip, or just put it in a pocket, and it can be a floating pocket, or clip it. And more sewn journaling cards. But these are a little larger. Isn't that cute? And then I have these bags available for purchase in my shop. I did buy these to use for this because I had some bigger ones years ago and I love them. These plaid pastel bags. And when I ordered these, I wasn't paying attention. And they're smaller and they're perfect. They're going to fit really good, I think, on a page. I don't know if they're going to... I think it's going to be close on the skinny journals, so we'll see. And then this is like... I think this is for those small, hard floppy discs. I don't know. I thought it was just a fun little way to do some journaling. And then more of the flowers, because as I said, I'm trying to spread those around. But I just love these colors. They're so pretty. And then inside them, I did just a blank large index. So this is like how you can pull it out. And then more rickrack from that die. And I was kind of I don't know, I might cut some things out and make some packs of it because it's so much fun. And I think it's a retired die. And then this was also a Karla Frizzell idea. There's a couple different sizes, it looks like. I'm trying to remember. So this one, you just fold it and make like a pocket, fold over the edge, and then I put a fun vintage flashcard in them. And then I old slide with, which I also have available in my shop, the Tim Holtz, where it looks like it's photo booth, I think. Those images, those photographs, a lot of them are perfect to fit in the slide. Oh, and this is a Tim Holtz die, the numbers. So just a little, so this is all music paper. That's right. I did these in music paper. And then there's that one. And I didn't measure, I just folded. And so the size varies. And then these are some, I think these might be child craft. Yeah. Leftover child craft pages. And then I just did a little decorated flashcard. I had forgotten I did that. That was a nice surprise. And I used more washi tape. Yay me. I haven't used up any of it yet, but so like that one has a label. I love these numbers. They've been really, really fun. And those were, I cut out a whole bunch more too. I found, by the way, if you have this Tim Holtz number die, I cut out just out using scraps. The darker, if you're going to use pattern paper, I think the darker one is a little better. And like that one's not too bad, and a lighter one. I don't think I've even used some of the other ones I cut out because they just don't pop if you have a light background. It would work if you had a dark background, but these are all light. Look at this little guy. Isn't he cute? And then I did, here's a larger one. And what's in here? I don't know. Oh, a colorful index card with a tab. So I did some of those, and they're just like different sizes. So hopefully, oh yeah, and these are going to be sideways because, you know, you got to shake it up. Can't have them all be the same. So hopefully this kind of gets you going and gives you some ideas. And it was fun for me to remember what I had done. I have a couple more ideas I want to do, but I want to sew on them. And of course, once my machine started having a tude, I wanted to use it even more. So I'm going to get my my signatures sewn in like a good little junk journaler, and then start probably putting these in the journals while she is off enjoying her spa treatment. Oh yeah, I gotta set this aside because I gotta fix these. I hate having to go back and do stuff I'm already done with, but that's okay. It's a chance to be creative again. So I will see you in the next one. Oh, and if you're watching this this week, January, I think today's, I don't know what today is. Today is the 13th of January. I don't know when I'm going to post this. It'll be tonight or tomorrow. So if you're watching that, oh, 2026. So if you're watching it, just a little sneak peek, heads up, alert, alert, alert. My birthday is this coming weekend, and so I won't give details because I haven't made up my mind, but I usually celebrate it with some type of shop discount. I mean, you didn't really hear it from me, but you did, you know. So I hope you're having a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.